on Good Morning Las Vegas.
Right now at 6 a.m., an employee stops a pair of robbers from hitting a local family fun center. We're live from Las Vegas Mini Grand Prix with why one of the suspects is in the hospital.
And President Donald Trump right now dealing with a bombshell this morning. Now he is admitting to sharing information with the Russians.
And a local group of police wives going out of their way to make sure officers know they are appreciated. Parker Collins has this story because it's National Police Week.
All right, but we begin this morning with Dana with some breaking news. Dana.
Yeah, police in North Las Vegas very busy this morning after this incident on Cheyenne, just to the west of I-15. Chopper 13 fast and first over this area, and you can see police in the middle of the road there, and you can also see a bicycle that's split in a couple pieces there in the center of the roadway as well. We're working to get more information on exactly what happened, but they do have the road shut down. So let's get right over to Yasmin and let folks know how they can actually get to the 15 this morning from that side of town.
Yeah, there are a lot of streets in that area that don't connect over, but here's another view of the exact area we're talking about. Cheyenne, right near 5th, that entire intersection shut down. Chopper 13, here's another shot for you. But if you do want to avoid the area, Cary is clear, so is Craig. Both of those streets go a far distance east-west. Everything else is looking good for you. And an update to the crash on the 95 right near Charleston. As you can see, traffic looking good. That crash has cleared. If this is your way into the Spaghetti Bowl, you're looking at 14 minutes to get there. Perfect conditions.
Our temperatures are running about 10 degrees colder than average for the middle of the month of May. That means you're down in the 50s as you leave the house this morning. 56 officially at McCarran, falling to 53 in Anthem, 53 Sunrise Manor, and one of our cool spots, Summerlin at 52. It's in the 40s out in Red Rock Canyon right now. So 50s will give way to 60s by 8 or 9 o'clock this morning, and we'll enjoy mid to upper 70s through the afternoon, projecting 78 here in Las Vegas. A lot of sunshine outside this morning. The winds not too bad, less than 10 miles per hour with the exception of the Henderson Airport. I'm tracking 25 to 35 mile per hour gusts. I'll pinpoint when those gusts kick in, Dana, in just a moment.
All right, thanks, Justin. And breaking overnight, one person in the hospital, another is on the run after an employee at a go-kart business shot at some would-be robbers. Now, this happened at the Las Vegas Mini Grand Prix Family Fun Center. A lot of people familiar with that. It's right at Vegas and Rainbow, North Rainbow. And you can see as we push inside here, big property, but also obviously a big fun center inside with games and a lot of activities for the kids there. So let's get over to Marissa Kinniston and get more details on what exactly happened.
Yeah, Dana, this place is very popular with families. If you look behind me, you can see more of those rides. You can see the slide there towards the back of the park. And this did happen after hours, so it doesn't appear there were any kids here when it happened. But police say just before 11 last night, two men tried to rob the Las Vegas Mini Grand Prix, but an employee was there and shot one of the suspects. That suspect was taken to the hospital and put into surgery. The other suspect is still on the run. Now, I did try reaching out to the racetrack to see if they had any more information, possibly a picture or a video of what that suspect looks like, but they weren't able to answer the call this morning. So we will continue to keep you updated on this story on air and online, ktnv.com. Marissa Kinniston, 13 Action News.
Marissa, thank you. Developing this morning, President Trump is responding to a bombshell report that says that he revealed highly classified information to Russian leaders during last week's meeting.
In a series of tweets this morning, the president said he had the right to reveal the information to the Russians and did it so they can step up their fight against ISIS. However, the Russians are denying President Trump shared classified information with them. Yesterday, the White House called the Washington Post story false. Lawmakers on Capitol Hill are demanding the administration explain what was really said.
Well, if it's true, obviously it's disturbing, but I think we've got to find out more before I could comment.
If this article, it's an if this article is right, then I think you're going to hear a lot of condemnation from both Republicans and Democrats.
Republican House Speaker Paul Ryan has also asked the White House for a full explanation of the facts.
Well, this morning we have learned the man who was badly hurt in a backyard fire has passed away. The fire started right near Alta and Torrey Pines about 2 weeks ago. We're told the homeowner tried to put out the flames with his garden hose, where he realized the fire was just too big, then ran across the street as neighbors watched.
Everybody helped him, the man, because he was burned everywhere in his body, his hands, everywhere in his body. It makes me sad because he's been a nice man to us.
Investigators tell us that he was sedated in the hospital for the last 10 days before dying yesterday.
The ACLU is calling on Metro to stop using chokeholds. It comes after a man died in police custody over the weekend. Metro says 40-year-old Tashi Brown was acting erratically and tried to force his way into someone's car outside the Venetian Sunday. They tased him, then used what officers call the lateral vascular neck restraint technique. You and I would call it a chokehold. Brown's cause of death hasn't been determined, but the ACLU says there are too many unanswered questions.
The individual wasn't armed. He wasn't threatening anyone. He may have been acting erratically, but acting erratic should not result in your death.
Chokeholds have been banned by several police departments, including New York and Los Angeles. The incident here in Las Vegas is under investigation.
Well, at a time when police officers are under constant scrutiny, a group of local police wives are making sure that officers know that they are appreciated. And Parker Collins right now is live at Metro headquarters to show us what these women are doing. Parker.
This week is National Police Week, and these police wives are getting together to give gifts not only to our Metro officers, but also Boulder City, North Las Vegas, Henderson. In total, more than 3,000 officers all across the valley. Some of them, though, are getting handwritten letters like this cute one. I put that up on my Facebook so you can read it. The bags are full, though, of donated goodies. The group behind this is Police Wives of America. It started right here in Las Vegas, and this year they gained nonprofit status and have started helping wives in other cities start support groups like this one. The nonprofit's founder says police face different problems city to city, and in fact, as they were growing this group, they realized several of these wives have faced threats on social media because of cases that were being handled by their husbands.
It's kind of comforting in one aspect that somebody else can kind of like tell you what happened, how they walked through it. It's a little bit frightening on the other end that you have people doing that.
This week, they've already started giving out these goodie bags, and they will continue to do so throughout the week. Like I said, not just at Metro, but all across the valley. Reporting live, Parker Collins, 13 Action News.
I stand before you as a broken-hearted father and hope that something good can come from this.
It is heartbreaking. A father's warning for parents after his son died from drinking too much caffeine. It's a story every parent needs to hear. How much is too much?
And coming up later, how 30 seconds could have made all the difference between dinosaurs going extinct and still living today. Justin.
Really? Wow. Winds under 10 miles per hour this morning, after 3 o'clock this afternoon through this evening and tonight. 25 to 35 mile per hour gusts are expected. I'll let you know where the gusts will be strongest and just how much wind you've got to deal with in the 7-day planner after this.
Chopper 13 bringing you breaking news fast and first. Leaving the scene at Cheyenne near the 15 to head to another crash reported at Silverado Ranch and Las Vegas Boulevard. Another busy area in the south. We'll let you know once we get over it.